Hello everyone, it's DBJ, and we're going to talk about the house rule, the double stack. No, it's not quite clear in the title, but I've used this before, and considering how many people are maybe fueling the fire between the edition wars of Pathfinder and 5th edition and 3.5 and whatnot, this came back to me from the first edition of Mutants and Masterminds, and I've seen other games do this as well. And so let me give you a basis for it. All right, the idea, and I'm going to refer to Mutants and Masterminds, but this applies to basically any kind of game system. And the idea is that as the characters are created, whether it's a level system or not, that beginning characters can only have a maximum bonus of X. So, for example, in Mutants and Masterminds, they really did a huge hack on the D20 system. But baseline superheroes would start out at level 10. It wasn't really a level. It's more like a status or assignment of power level. So you could start at power level 10. And what that meant was that any combination of your abilities, strength, defense, speed, agility, superpowers, laser vision, invulnerability, they had something called amazing save or whatever, resistances. If you were level 10, you could only have a maximum of 10 when creating the character at level 10. So if you had a character who's like Constitution or what, I forget what they used, it was like +5, and then you wanted resistance, the maximum number of points you could use for your defense would be another +5, making it +10. Now I'm oversimplifying it because I'm going to go towards other game systems like Feng Shui and other games about the double stack. And here's what I'm thinking, especially for those who want to play and really don't want to get rid of their Pathfinder stuff, but appreciate the toning down of power and more emphasis on character in 5th edition. Okay? So follow me here because it's going to get crunchy. The double stack would mean that the Game Master and players agree to have a maximum bonus level, right? So, for example, let's take first level, all right? Use the basic rules for 5th edition. You get a proficiency bonus of +2. If you use point buy, maybe the maximum bonus you can get on from your stats is like a +4. Maybe there's a +5. And then you have various background and ability score, class bonuses. Okay, so now you're heading towards like maybe a maximum of +7 or 8, and you get your racial bonuses on there. Okay, but maybe this feels too much like number creep to players and game masters alike. So you could establish in the very beginning of the game the maximum allowable bonus is +5 or +6. But what I'm thinking is that you do a double stack. So for example, if your maximum to hit with your sword is +6, but the way you've created your character, you're actually at a +9. So the Game Master could say, well, you have a +6, but because you're exhausted, you're at a -2. Those extra points that you have, you can use to waylay or to dismiss or counter any negative effects to your bonus. So the character, you've got a fighter, you've got your strength up high, you've got your ability scores, you get a +6. You're fighting, ching, 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 but you've been fighting for hours. You've got a backpack on, one of your comrades is hurt, another one's knocked out. The game master goes, man, you know, at this point you're probably exhausted. Players like, you know what? Yeah, I can see that. Let me make my Constitution roll. Boom, I missed it. Oh man, I'm exhausted. Whatever, right? So the game master goes, well, because you're exhausted, I don't have the book in front of me. You're at -2, so now you're down from 6 to 4. Well, then using this house rule, the game master goes, well, hey, do you have any bonuses above the +6? Yes, I'm actually at a +9. Okay, you can use 2 points of that to offset the exhaustion because you're that good. You're still at +6. Great, cool. I'm going to keep on rolling. This might offer a little bit too much bookkeeping to some people, just as but I don't think it's that hard. I'm a person who, if you're going to make a house rule, it should fit on a 3x5 card with a magic marker. It should be something very simple. So essentially, it's establish for your game, and this could, of course, could be modified by level. So at level 1, the max is +5. You know, at level 2, you can go from there, and there's a +2, +6, +7, +8, or you could do it by groups. So from level 1 through 4, it's +5. From level so and so and so and so, it's plus this. And that way, you could keep characters who want to min-max or really specialize or really have huge bonuses can go ahead and do that. Pick the requisite feats and ability scores and whatever, and still be within the realm of reasonable accommodation with other player characters who may not be as skilled at reading the nuances of the rules, as well as not feeling so overpowered that the game master is like, okay, I've got one character with +15s and above, and I've got 3 other player characters whose maximum is like +5 or 6. In order to challenge the overpowered character, the other characters will get annihilated. If I put down weaker enemies, the overpowered character steals the spotlight by wiping them out. And so there's a way to, that could be a way of mitigating some of that effect and saying, well, the one with the +15s, instead of that, okay, this person gets +5 just like everybody else, but I'm still going to reward they want to be able to create and build a power structure that best encapsulates the character they want, but at the same time making it equal level for everyone else. And this way they can still get a bonus from that. So whether it's darkness, whether the floor is moving, whether they're exhausted or fatigued, whether they're under the effects of a spell or they're entrapped, they can still use those additional bonuses to negate the negative effects of their character, and yet still be able to play side by side with other characters who may not be as maxed out and such. I know I wasn't making myself clear, but lastly, this can also be a good way when game masters start adding in magic items and characters start stacking on the bonuses from like armor and weapons, and starts to get a little bit out of hand. You can say, okay, well, wait a minute. Alright guys, we are level 4, so our maximum bonus is 5 plus 4, so we're going to do maximum of bonus of 9. Anything above that, you can absolutely use to negate any negative modifiers in combat, according to spells or things like that. So guys, okay, remember, we're doing a +5 plus your levels +9. Okay, that's it. And you go, okay, sure. Now, like I said, since this is a house rule, you know, I'm sure some of you are out there going, well, you know, why would I bother making a character? Let's say the first level it's +5. Why would I bother making a character that's got anything above a +5? Again, as I stated, the additional bonuses could negate some of the negative effects in combat or situational things, but also character creation and story creation are always challenged when you have limitations. And it's just like the thread going around about roll 3d6 down the line and that's your character. it creates a challenge to come up with a good way to create a story. Well, creating in character generation, if that forces you to rethink and go, well, maybe I should start putting some points for my fighter into something like, say, arcane knowledge or history or etiquette or persuasion or something, that might be a really good motivator to say, well, you know, I'm not just the sword slasher, I'm also a knight, or you know, my character has additional skills from background. Maybe my fighter was is a third generation guardsman for a wizard's tower, you know, something of that nature. And then this could slightly motivate characters who, instead of completely min-maxing their character, they do have talents with other skills, other bonuses, other stats to make them more well-rounded. So anyway, I hope it was clear. Yeah, this is another house rule video. House rule videos tend to be a little bit more crunchy. I'm sure I'm going to get some comments, because I'm sure there's going to be, you know, double stack. What does that mean? In short, it means that the game master and the whole group decides that whatever game system you're playing, you pick a maximum allowable bonus, usable in-game. Anything that your character has above that bonus due to the addition of stats and abilities, magic and science or whatever, is not allowable in the role, but just used to offset any difficulties, penalties, modifiers in and out of combat that would negatively affect those bonuses. So, man, that wasn't even clear at all. Well, anyway, try to be as clear as possible. Leave comments below. I might do a follow-up, but also just as a way for a discussion. Anyway, house rule double stack. That's it, DBJ, and I am out. And as always, I'd like to sign off with create, don't destroy. You know, if you're going to do house rules, 3x5 card with a magic marker. You want to have a house rule that is so simple that you can literally show it to anybody, tell anyone. Negate, you know, the 3 pages long of trying to, you know, dissertain what the hell, you know, someone's trying to mean in a house rule. House rules should be simple. You know, at this level, every level you gain +1, or everyone gets a dex bonus if they're not wearing their armor, or add your intelligence bonus according to this. Thanks, guys, and I am out.